the reason why I issued an opinion piece in the Gibraltar Chronicle. I was very concerned about his comments. This was an interview that he gave in a Moroccan radio station in answers to, I think it was a Moroccan lawyer who was asking him questions about the UK-Morocco deal, which had recently been signed, I think in October. And he was being pressed by the interviewer as to whether the UK should be exploring the possibilities that Gibraltar could offer in connection with the UK-Morocco commercial relations. And he came up with, I think, very candid views about that. And he was saying what I think for many people here would find perhaps shocking or perhaps not, saying that really it would be difficult to include Gibraltar in any possible deals or commercial deals because of the reaction that Morocco would have, because it itself would be concerned about the reaction that the Kingdom of Spain would have if they included Gibraltar. So that's the aspect which I and me and GSD MPs felt had to be highlighted and brought to the public's attention.
So what do you make of the government's response?
I'm a bit... I don't think the government's response is what it ought to be. The point that I made in my opinion piece was to juxtapose what the UK Morocco ambassador was saying with what Sir Joe Bossino had said in a TV interview with GBC a couple of weeks prior to that. And what Sir Joe said was very clearly that Gibraltar had in effect agreed with the UK that we would be able in effect to pick and choose which trade deals the UK would be entering into with third countries. And in effect, he was saying, I think he used the word piggyback on any of those deals. Now, if you juxtapose that with what the UK ambassadors of Morocco were saying about the realpolitik of the situation, then the question that we put is that agreement as secure, and does it protect Gibraltar's position as much as the government itself is saying? And in relation to that, all that the Gibraltar government has said, I mean, they've made barbed comments about the GSD making this issue public and all the rest of it. But the real thing that we need an answer on is how protected Gibraltar is in relation to any post-Brexit deals that the UK may enter into. Are we as protected as the Gibraltar government says we are?
And you mentioned the government has made some comments about the GSD bringing this to the public's attention. Is the GSD sometimes guilty of asking questions in public which might be better asked of the government in private?
No, not at all. Look, we are an opposition, and we were commenting on statements which themselves were made in public. Don't forget that it is the UK ambassador that made these statements himself in public in a radio station in Morocco. Sir Joe Bossino made that statement also in public, and I think it is absolutely legitimate for a Gibraltar opposition to point these things out to the public and to make political comment. That is our job as an opposition, and I think we have acted responsibly and legitimately in bringing this issue to light.
So finally, what response are you hoping the government will get from London?
Well, in fact, it was as a result, I say, that we've brought this to the public's attention, that we now know that the Gibraltar government has made representations to London in relation to this. And all we've said is that we would welcome we would encourage rather the government to tell us what it is that London tells them. Obviously, we would want a very robust statement from the UK government, from Her Majesty's government in London, to say that Gibraltar will indeed be included in any post-Brexit deals which the UK secures in the event that Brexit does happen.